If you want to learn how to become the highest paid driver working for companies like this, then you're going to want to watch this video until the end. And yes, I know what some of them are going to say, but Agustin, you don't know what you're talking about. You drive for CR England. They only pay 2 cents a mile. No one's making money over there. Dislike, unsubscribe, report for hate speech. And honestly, it's a shame that a lot of people think like that, because there's a lot of money to be made at these companies. I know personally drivers last year that made 108, 110,000, 150, 60, more than that, working for these mega carriers. You gotta think, these mega carriers are huge companies. They have lobbyists, they control new laws and regulations that come out of Washington that have to do with trucking. And it's a shame that a lot of people don't make money with these companies when there's a lot of money to be made. You just gotta be willing to go get it, honestly. These companies offer their drivers different pathways of making money besides just driving. The problem is most drivers do not utilize these different ways of making money at these companies. Understandably, most people want to run OTR and make 6 figures as a company driver. That's totally understandable, but especially if you're a new driver barely coming into the industry, that's not gonna happen. I'll tell you right now. And that's not to say that you cannot make 6 figures in your first year at these mega carriers, because you most definitely can. And I know people personally that have cracked 6 figures this year and plenty of years before that. Number 1, you wanna be on a good account. And nowadays, the money isn't really in over the road, especially if you're working for a mega carrier. You want to get on more of a local account or even a dedicated regional account. You're going to want to get on one of the company accounts that services a specific customer. A big one, like a Walmart account running loads for Home Depot, the accounts that service all the dollar stores, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree. Those pay a lot of money. You're going to have to offload the freight, but if you're willing to do that, you can make around $2,500 a week easily on those dollar store accounts. The problem with running over the road at a mega carrier is sometimes, a lot of times actually, you're gonna be waiting around for a load. I've had weeks when I sat around for 5 days out of 2 weeks altogether waiting for a load. I'd run a load, then one day I'm sitting for 3 days at a truck stop waiting for dispatch to give me a load. If you're a mentor, you have priority loads. And being a mentor is a great way to make a lot of money at these mega carriers. A mentor can make a lot of money at these mega carriers because they get paid extra money for having students on their truck while they're training each week. Some mega carriers will pay you $100 for each student that's on your truck for a week. And some mentors, which I think is kind of crazy, some mentors train 2 students at one time, meaning that some of these trucks literally have 3 beds and you can train 2 students in 1 week or 2 weeks or however long they need to be trained. And you'll get paid an extra $100 or whatever the fixed dollar amount is for each student that you have on your truck. Not just that, each student that you train for their first year, most companies give you a penny of their miles or a fixed dollar rate each month for each student that you train, as long as they're not out there being a messed up, crazy driver, getting into accidents and speeding tickets or whatever, which will ultimately get them fired anyways. But for their first year, you'll get a residual payment each month for each driver that you completed, for each driver that you trained. And if you trained 2 drivers a month out of a whole year, you could see how that can easily start to accumulate into a lot of passive income throughout the year, while you're still training students and getting paid extra for each student that you have on your truck each week while you're actively training. And for the students that you did in the past, you're getting these residual payments each month on top of the loads that you're running. So you can see how you could easily make 6 figures at these mega carriers just as a mentor. And that's just being a mentor. A lot of these mega carriers offer safety bonuses, performance bonuses, on-time bonuses, and these bonuses can quickly add up, especially if you're a mentor. Like I said, most drivers do not utilize every way of making money with these companies, and they complain that they're not making money, I'm not making money, these mega carriers don't pay a lot of money. And it's just not true. These mega carriers pay a lot of money. Like I said, you just got to be willing to go out there and get that money. Most mega carriers give you an incentive bonus each month as long as you're a safe driver, meaning that you're not tailgating people, you're not having scratches on the truck or on the trailer, you're not backing into stuff, you're not having close calls, which get recorded on dash cams and you have to report anyways. Not to mention, if you keep having safety incidences over and over and over, you're gonna get fired anyways. So to keep your job, you really do want to be getting these safety bonuses in the first place, because if you're not getting that money, you're probably on your way out the door anyways. These mega carriers will usually give you on-time bonuses for each month that you've been delivering your loads on time. Every now and then a load will be late due to weather conditions, traffic delays, dispatch messing up on times. For the most part, if you're at least hitting a 90% on-time rate each month, most of these mega carriers will give you an on-time bonus. These mega carriers will usually give you a performance bonus as well. If you've been running real hard that month and you've been making the company a lot of money, they give you a performance bonus. I've seen performance bonuses as big as $600 to $700 a month. That plus the safety bonus, on-time bonus, and your performance bonus, that adds up to a lot of money. And like I said, if you're a mentor on top of that, you can easily see how you can crack 6 figures in your first year of trucking with a mega carrier. And for the final way of making money at these mega carriers that will make you so much money that most people do not take advantage of, and I think it's just crazy that you guys don't. Referral bonuses are the best way to make a boatload of money at these trucking companies. Swift, Knight, England, Werner. Most of these mega carriers offer their drivers referral bonuses for each driver or student driver that they send to them. Some of these referral bonuses go over $3,000 a driver you send to them that gets hired onto the company. If you can find a way to send them drivers who have a CDL, especially with more than 6 months experience, or a driver that just obtained their CDL, even a driver who is not technically a driver yet, who has a CDL permit and who needs to go through their school, they will pay you money for sending these people to them. If you started with a mega carrier like me, you know each Monday at their trucking schools, a big group of drivers come in to their trucking school, or potential drivers, we'll call them. Some of these groups are as big as 100 plus people. Don't you ever sit back and think like, wow, that's a lot of money coming in the door. Shouldn't you be getting in on some of that action? And let me explain why these companies don't mind paying you a referral bonus. Let's just think numbers here. Okay, how much is an owner-operator worth just by running loads by himself, his or herself? You hear them all the time. They make around $300,000, sometimes $400,000, $500,000 a year. So that's about how much we're worth to a company. But these big companies, these mega carriers, they have a big overhead. So even if we're worth about $100,000 to $150,000 a driver to these companies, you got to think numbers here. If there's an account with 50 to 100 plus drivers, you can easily see how these mega carriers are making millions of dollars a year off of one account. And these mega carriers have multiple accounts. So to pay you a $2,000 or $3,000 referral bonus, it's a drop in the bucket. It's a dollar to them. Not to mention it gives the drivers an incentive to go out and bring new drivers to the company, which helps the company grow. That's what these mega carriers are all about. They're all about growth and expansion. Just like any business is about growth. And by you helping them, it's worth it to them to give you an incentive to do so and to continue to do so. So you can see how the money is huge in the referral bonuses. One tip I'll give you when going after the referral bonuses, you're going to want to talk to your recruiting team and see where they're hiring out of, because some places in the country are known to be dead zones that the company just isn't picking up new talent from, new drivers from. So if you could find a way to bring them drivers or potential drivers from areas that they're hiring in, which are mainly areas where their yards and accounts are located, I'm telling you, the money is ridiculous, dude. And a lot of people are missing out. Like I said, the money with the referrals is ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, and it's passive. If you can find a way to send them drivers, that's where you'll make most of the money. And that doesn't have anything to do with driving. And yes, I'm aware of the fact that no matter what I say, no matter what I bring to the table on YouTube as far as making money in trucking, there's always going to be people that are saying, Agustin, you work for a mega carrier. You're not making no money over there. And that's unfortunate. that's really unfortunate that there's a lot of people out there like that, but you can't help people that don't want to be helped. You just can't. And like I said in my How to Get Rich in Trucking video, if you can do all of this and live in the truck at the same time and control your cash flow while you're doing it, you're unstoppable. No one can stop you. And what I can tell you personally for myself, what trucking has allowed me to do is in 6 months, I paid off just short of around $17,000 in bad debt. I brought my credit score up to, I'm about at a 658 now. And when I started, I was at a 518 with so much debt. So for people who are saying you cannot make money in trucking, there's no money in trucking, you can listen to them if you want, or you can come out here and make some money. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. Follow me on Instagram at @AugustinRamos_. Y'all have a good night.